do.
You sit into yourself?
Yeah, she was like, the way I slouch, like it's like I'm sitting in myself. I don't know. It was weird.
That's good. I ain't never heard that one.
And I don't like that she said that about me.
Because now you can't help it.
Yeah, now I can't unsee it. So when I walk past the mirror or something and I see myself slouching, I'm like,
Jada used to always say,
straighten up.
Oh, well, she pointed out that I say cricket instead of crooked.
Do you?
Yeah, I've corrected it a long time ago.
How long ago was this?
I mean, maybe a year ago.
Now I'm upset that I never heard you say this word.
No, because there was no reason for me to ever say it, if you think about it.
I'm going to go to your center and I'm going to turn something and I'm going to make it crooked.
It's not straight.
That's what you'll say? I doubt it.
I say crooked. I say it right now.
Like, Nick, hey, what's that right there? What's that picture? Is that what you say? That's straight, or is that cricket?
It's just not centered. There's other ways around it. It's not like I just can't avoid it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. That's all coming in, so I'll just let you know that now.
I'm okay with that.
That's fine. David, go ahead and hit that intro.
When you're not too busy, trying to waste some time. Watched every show, don't know where to go. You wish time would go by. I mean, I have a suggestion. Do whatever you want with it. It's not your first, but it's not your last. Your second favorite podcast. Your second favorite podcast. The show that is just for you. Your second favorite podcast. We're not doing it for the few. Your second favorite podcast. Conversation all over the place. Just sit back and relax. Your second favorite podcast. Your second favorite podcast.
I think it's so funny, like watching people.
I was waiting on you to cue me in, cue me back in.
Yeah, cue you back in.
But I was like, he gave me nothing. I got nothing. I was like, well, where do we go from here?
Normally, once I get my actual setup where I can play the music, and then just kind of sit for a minute and then come back with it, keep the least amount of editing as possible.
Yeah.
Eventually, I was going to actually connect these cameras to the OBS and be able to just have it all sitting in
so you want to stream it? You can.
I can essentially set myself up to do that, yeah.
So why won't you?
I just haven't thought about doing that yet.
Bro, you could. You could hop on Twitch and stream your podcast. If I had the time, I would learn how to do that.
Really?
Because I think we can get a lot of views off of Twitch.
You probably could. And yeah, just be in a little talking section.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to be a lot more consistent. And
are you not?
As far as like not just doing once a week things.
So how often would you want to do it?
I would probably want to do it twice a week or 3 times a week.
You have a job, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Like a 9-to-5 job. Why are you trying to do a podcast twice a week? How is that working?
Hold on. Hey, welcome back after that theme song. What's up, y'all, and welcome to your second favorite podcast, episode 63. Almost at 2, and I'm glad I got enough references. You can't see the screen. I really need to figure out how to set my camera so I can
what's
see
wrong
this.
with that screen?
It's too bright.
Oh.
Yeah, and I need the shutter speed, ISOs. I don't know. ISO.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever said ISOs.
I was gonna let it
be
slide.
changed. We have a guest today.
Yes.
A long-time listener. Mr.
Number one fan.
Yeah, okay.
If I want that title right.
You probably
sound
can.
like a fangirl.
I mean, you can sound anywhere you want to.
I'm okay.
You don't mind me using your full name, right?
That's fine.
Bryson Cole.
That's the name I use on my podcast.
Sure.
Hello, everybody. The Complete Shambles podcast is the podcast I'm referencing.
Okay.
It's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah, like your show is G/PG rated.
Yeah.
Ours is NC-17 all the way through.
NC-17.
NC-17.
Has anything ever been NC-17 lately?
Man, I don't know. A few movies, maybe.
Really? Like on my
I
cousin.
think so. That's a loud doorbell.
It is. You could have rung it, but
Nah, that's rude.
it is weird. Not rude.
I feel like it's rude to ring a doorbell nowadays. It's 2019. Use your phone.
Okay. Entertain the people. Y'all get to know a little bit about Bryson while I go get the door.
Oh, your podcast is going off the rails. That sponsorship you just got, you're losing it, sir. You're going to lose it all. All right, so this is the Complete Shambles podcast now. We got the setup. We got multi-cameras. We got light rings. We got LED lights in the ceiling. We got the whole shebang. And I'm trying to figure out now what my first curse word on this podcast is going to be. I think I'm going to go with Bryson.
Are you co-worker? Are you my co-worker?
Am I what?
Are you my co-worker? We don't work together.
Well, we work in the same
People?
entity.
Yeah.
We both work for Cobb County. That's how we met.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't call
him
us
my
friends.
coworker?
Do y'all work in the same building?
No, but we work
Yeah, well,
like at the same position, just different facilities.
no, that's not your
No. All right, let me know in the comments below. Is that a coworker if you don't work in the same facilities?
I'm not your friend either.
Yeah, okay.
That was just rude. I'm sorry.
Like, sure, yeah, let's just
That was me.
throw that out the window.
No, we're friends. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, took a good drive here. It's
A good drive?
It's a good drive.
How do you do that every day? That's almost an hour.
It's almost.
And you want to do that every single day?
No, I've actually done it for 4 years. So but the thing is, I used to live there, so it doesn't feel like a trip because we used to drive there all the time.
For what?
Shopping.
Who shops here in Cobb County? What? Going shopping.
Not
Cobb
necessarily.
County.
You just knew those buildings better. So, like, if we ever went to Burlington, we kind of knew that Burlington more.
Okay.
You know? It was just that kind of
can
thing.
learn a new store, but hey, I'm gonna drive an hour back home.
To be honest with you, there's no recent reason for me to keep going there, so I didn't know what to say except for like what I used to go to as a kid. So
Yeah, fair enough.
that makes sense. Did you tell the audience anything? Do I have to edit all that out? Or is it just a big jump cut to just me coming back? Because you
It could be whatever you want it to be.
We'll see.
But I hope you see what I set up, and I hope you utilize it to your best ability.
Okay, we'll
Because
see.
I feel like you can. It'll be great. I promise it will.
I'll make a Bryson cam. You'll be the full screen. Like you saw that little setup that I had?
Yeah.
We're going to give you the Bryson cam border.
I don't even know if you want to do all of that. I'm telling
not.
you, it goes off the rails.
Well, I got an episode
It's
like that.
wild. It's probably wilder than that.
Probably is because
I
it's
went
Bryson
hard.
Cole.
Yeah, for 30 seconds. That's all I needed. You've lost everything, sir. I don't know why you invited me here.
Well, good thing. This is why I'm not live, so I can edit things out if anything needs to happen. The question always asks. I hate when I talk because I feel like I did a jump cut. Like I feel like.
But you know you didn't.
Yeah, no.
So that's all
But
that
when I
matters.
listen back, I'm like, did I cut that or something? Because I go, ha, ha, ha. So life is.
Life is real bleak.
I think the funny thing is when people get on a podcast that's not normally here.
Yeah.
The question is, what do y'all talk about?
In my podcast?
Sure, that's not what I said, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's not. But that's what I'm thinking about right now. Because I'm like, I wonder if I can
Right.
hit some of these same subjects. Sorry, I am listening
Because
to
you're
you.
about 4 episodes in, so that's more interesting.
Yeah, but no, I mean, anything we could think of, anything that's on the top of your head, if you want to say it, feel free to say it. The only thing that I don't like, since we got about 8 people
Yeah.
at any given moment in that house,
Yeah.
people can jump on mic whenever they feel like it, but they
Right.
choose not to.
Right.
And they just want to scream like the microphone's going to pick everything they're saying up. And I get this terrible background noise that I have to
Yeah.
edit. And I'm not really with it. They're making my job harder. I'm already not getting paid to do this.
You know what would be a good idea for you? Well, I just think I'll be interested for maybe like 5 episodes. You just editing or you having to go through a video process of recording, editing with the people that you edit with.
Man, that's
'Cause the
like
way
a
you tell me
4-hour
the
video.
stories, it seems like it'd be very entertaining if you narrow it down to 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I would love to watch that.
I mean, we probably could, but I know as soon as I whip that camera out, I feel like the fake them is going to come out.
Yeah.
Like what you were explaining earlier, how
Right.
when cameras are on, people are different.
GoPro in the corner.
I only got one. I feel like I need multiple GoPros to catch
Yeah.
different angles of them just
Audio.
doing
Well, you got
the dumb stuff we do.
probably.
Most of it is sitting around talking, though.
Yeah.
And not even recording the conversation. Like I could set it up, or I should at least.
Right.
And then we should just sit around and talk for like 3 hours about nothing. But no, we wait. Get that 3-hour conversation out. Then we hop on the podcast with nothing to talk about. Because we ran through everything already.
Yeah. I mean, me and Jada kind of do that sometimes when we're like talking about it. I'm like, man, this is all good podcast material. But we're pretty good. I think we've talked enough that it don't matter. That's weird to say. I need to stop doing that because I heard that on the last episode. I just
You knocked the table?
I hit the table and it's going, but I can't hear that in the headphones.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I hit record, I'm like, doggone, how many times did I hit the table?
No, you know what I did? I was recording a podcast episode, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, and they were watching One Piece, the anime.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear it in the headphones, but when I went back and listened to the podcast, it is just loud Japanese screaming for about 5 minutes straight until somebody got upset. I don't know if it was me or if it was my co-host Greg.
Right.
Shouts out to Greg. He can't be here today because of my mistake. I told him that we were doing it.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to go get him.
Wow.
So, and I thought you were gonna have your host here, and I didn't want to bombard you, especially with somebody that you didn't know.
Yeah. I mean,
He'll be here next time.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
And then when you come do our podcast and see the chaos,
Right.
then you'll meet him for real.
I'll probably just be laughing most of the time.
Probably.
That seems like my thing. I can't.
You just can't hold it in. Yeah, that's a lot of nonsense.
I need to take a listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you released it yet.
Yeah, it's out, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. It's terrible. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But if you can power through it, a lot of stuff we talk about is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And we're getting better. Mm-hmm. That's all.
What is your goal with it? Nothing.
No, it's got a goal, but it's tied to a lot of different things, and that'll take forever to explain.
Right.
But basically, just get the voice heard, and if it can make enough money, we can possibly build our own studio, and then use that studio to record the podcast, and also dub it as like a music studio. Have people come in there and record their music, and they pay us. Mm-hmm. And then from there on, I mean, if people want to launch their own careers or get themselves in some door somewhere else, that's anywhere in the entertainment business, I assume. If it gets big enough, then they could piggyback off of it, or it can help them like launch a book or launch some music that they wanted to do, or launch a clothing line, anything like that. Just kind of get you out there, get your voice heard.
And would you carry the Complete Shambles brand?
I believe I could.
Are you staying on the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Now, as far as like the name for the podcast, no, that name is tentative at all times.
You had another name, right? For
Did
your
we?
YouTube channel?
Did I?
I thought you did.
Like what? What was it?
I think maybe you had the same name, but you just changed your banner or something.
We did change the banner at one point.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought you had something else. Cause I remember when you subscribed to me and I saw your name.
Yeah.
I kind of lost you because I think you changed your name.
We've always been Complete Shambles since we started.
That's good.
I might have subscribed to you as me personally.
Yeah, Bryson Cole.
Yeah, so that might have been what you saw.
Rebranded.
But we've been Complete Shambles from day one. But the podcast name, I don't know if I like that.
Where did the name come from?
Because literally since I've started this whole recording thing, this whole just posting videos and stuff like that, taking it serious, it's always been all over the place. And I know what I'm doing, depending on what I'm doing, but I enjoy the chaos for the most part. And I'm always trying to do it with other people. I can't do it alone.
Right.
I don't like doing stuff solo. It's boring.
Yeah.
But having them with me, since they have no idea of what to do for the most part, watching them frantically jump around and watching me trying to frantically come behind them and grab them and get them settled into what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoy that.
That's why I said you need a visual. Like, I need to see this.
Probably.
Completion. See, all this is brand.
Yeah.
Complete Shambles, showing y'all how crazy it is and still make a good product at the end of the day.
That's really what it is. That's where the name comes from. It's like that's the end goal for us. Yeah. It's our end game.
It's the end game. You know how many times I've said that for the show? Like, anytime it's like, I can hear Jada's voice right now. Just, you keep doing this. Every time there's a thing like I do where it's like, say like you spent money like $100 or something. You're like, well, we're in the end game now. I just like.
So you've been saying that since you heard that in Infinity War.
Ever since then, I'm like, well, I guess I'm in the end game now. It's out there.
That's amazing. I'm going to steal that from you. I'm going to do that from now on.
Because I like the way
the context
of it is so perfect. It's like, well, we're in the end game now, so.
But it makes sense.
About it. I know it's inevitable, Or
are you inevitable?
Oh.
See, that's another line.
That's another name for the podcast.
Wasn't thinking that far, but yes.
Sure. You got to think about that kind of
The
stuff.
Inevitable podcast.
The inevitable.
I like that. It's like no matter what, we're gonna be there.
We're gonna do it.
I got to get better with getting us out there though.
Yeah.
As far as like social media goes,
It's hard. It's hard to talk about myself.
I hate social media.
Yeah.
It's boring. It's all hate.
Yeah.
And on top of that, and it's also boring. So
Right.
shit.
It looked like you was gonna ask me a question. My cousin's in the background. If y'all ever if y'all ever hear me panning
See,
outside,
that's some complete shambles stuff right there. To have a homie in the background finna jump in the camera
Yeah. How do you know?
and it be okay.
Nothing. Is that
See?
your phone?
On my Apple Watch.
Could you silence that, please?
I don't know how to silence.
Bro, that's complete shambles all the way. Got your phone on,
See, we're
ringtone
on your
going
brain.
off. Yeah,
This
basically.
is the crossover episode.
I come over once and your podcast. I'm
Your
telling you.
second favorite shamble.
That'd be. We're just like if our
I would do
if
a
our
better name for
podcast
that.
did the fusion dance
Yeah.
together and came out as the fat one.
I feel like, yeah, sure.
We'd have to fix
I
that.
like the better. Yeah, I was about to say the skinny one, but I'm like, it don't want to make sense.
That's the second time. That's the
Yeah.
second mess up.
That's just when it's you by yourself.
Oh,
We get the skinny version because there's no way that you, me, and Jada would just make a big guy because we should be the medium.
how would you be medium? No, y'all are gonna be big no matter what.
No, we're not. I feel like Jada's just dominant trait.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe her skin tone
I kind of feel like
because she dark skinned. So I assume all
Yeah.
dark skinned people we have
Yeah.
more dominant traits. So
sure.
that's taking over. But
Right.
y'all will still be tall.
Maybe. I think if it's a girl, first of all, way too far in the
Yeah,
future.
would you be a hermaphrodite like at that point when you do it?
What's happening?
Like I'm just thinking, like if a man, because it's only been men that did the fusion dance.
Right.
What if a man and a woman do it?
This is reference to Dragonball. If you don't understand this, reference.
What happens to you?
I don't know. Yeah, no, because even when in the Super,
Yeah.
you got your girl. I forgot their names.
Which one? Like cabbage
Khalifa and
and carrot?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
yeah,
didn't like
They're
Super.
just women, so it's interesting.
It was not.
I
Two
don't
of them
know.
were movies, and then the rest of it was boring.
Yeah.
I wasn't invested in Jiren.
Yeah.
He was cool, but
What? Hold
Yeah.
on. I'm just realizing what you're saying. You're not a fan of Super.
Are you high?
No, I was hearing what you were saying. I thought you were just kind of talking about things in Super, but you're like, oh, I'm not a fan of this stuff.
No, I'm not a fan of that stuff.
You're not a fan of Super.
I wasn't.
Why not? The
I
hype.
I just explained two of them.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Wasn't
I
out of it.
wasn't invested in the characters, and the plot is weak.
I get you because essentially it was like a copy and paste
Yeah.
of what the series already did. But it was a way to say, hey, guys, remember where we came from, and this is where we're going. That's how I took it.
Okay.
Not necessarily that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
But that's what made my pass for it because it was like, we got the main guy. Who's Jern? Why we need to be worried about him? Who's the guy with the big hands? I'm terrible with names today. The one that's next for the God of Destruction. You haven't watched the show, so what's the point of me explaining it?
I've watched the show.
Because you're looking like, I don't know who you're talking
I
about.
thought you were talking about the guy who's was part of Jiren's little superhero squad.
yeah.
I think his name was Topo.
Something like that, yeah.
He had the big mustache.
right.
I think his name was Topo.
something like that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the purpose because they're from a different universe. Are they
Yeah.
going to ever show back up? That's kind of what I really care about is where the story is going to go, and that's the reason why I didn't like GT because I feel like I didn't care where their story went to because I was already done with the series.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, with you have said that, that's how I feel about Super.
Right.
And because I like GT.
whoa,
Yeah, it was terrible.
Whoa.
It was the redheaded stepchild of Dragon Ball, and I loved it. I loved all of it.
So do you think it's part of the hype?
What?
You think you just don't like it because of the hype?
No, that has nothing to do with it. I mean,
Nothing.
people will present it to me and be like, "Oh, you need to watch Super." Da 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 this, but these are the same people that only watch 2 or 3 anime shows and then claim that they, know anime or they love anime.
Right. Yeah, I don't even consider myself an anime person because the only two I watch is One Punch Man and Dragon Ball.
Yeah, people who would only watch certain series like that will come to me and tell me I need to watch Super. It's like I've been an anime fan since I was like 9 or 10.
Super's too mainstream. Dragon Ball's too mainstream.
Well, Dragon Ball started it all, but
Right.
as far as like mainstream shonen go,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that, but Super wasn't doing it for me.
Right. I feel like Dragon Ball is like Walmart, and any other anime is like the mom and pop shop. They mean more. And
Yeah.
if you note those, you're like, okay, you're more in the community than you are. You're not supporting the community with Walmart.
I don't know.
I know it's a weird analogy, but I mean,
I would see them more so as like things that are trying to copy Walmart, and not even in the sense of the time frame that they all came out. Because I would see Dragon Ball as Walmart, seeing it as the biggest, and everyone knows about it.
Right.
But you also got like Sam's Club and
Which is
Kmart
same.
at one point,
right.
and that could be Bleach. And then you got like then you got Sam's Club and
Wait, hold on. Since we doing this,
yeah.
you think like Naruto's a Sam's Club? It's like
Yeah.
same kind of store, but different characters.
Yeah, because they definitely borrowed heavily
Yeah.
from Dragon Ball, and all of them do.
Yeah.
What about Hunter x Hunter?
I'm not.
First off, sir. No, I'm just playing. I was gonna go hard. It is Hunter x Hunter though. You don't pronounce the X.
I don't watch the show.
It's amazing.
I would pronounce it.
We in our
Who is
community.
we?
I don't know. We people.
Me and like three other people.
We would-
Three as a collective.
We'd be funny with it. I never even watched. See, I'm not an anime guy. I
Yeah.
like the shows. I want to get into them, but they're hard to follow when I don't like. Dragon Ball was easy.
Yeah.
Naruto was easy because it gave America gave me some type of door to this. It's like, okay, cool. Even though I didn't finish Naruto,
Yeah.
I couldn't do Bleach. I couldn't do Izumacha.
What?
You. It starts with a Y.
Starts with a Y.
E-
Like Yu Yu Hakusho.
There you go. I
Oh.
never could have said that right.
That show is one of my childhood favorites. It is. It's
It was
amazing.
like one of those. But
Yeah, but-
Toonami mainly
Yeah.
was the reason why I even heard of anime. But I didn't think of it as anime. It was just kind of cartoons that played on there.
Yeah,
But I
Yu Yu
couldn't get into
Hakusho
it.
was great, and the guy who created that show created Hunter x Hunter as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an amazing show. Like your cousin was saying, the show was great. You should watch that.
Probably. I got it.
As far as like shonen go, if you want to watch another great shonen show, but that guy is sick, so he might not finish that manga, so you won't get an ending.
That's tough.
It is
tough.
because I hate stories that don't end,
Yeah.
or the ending is unsatisfactory.
It is. And that's why I felt. That's how. Okay, back to GT. That's
Yeah.
how I felt about GT.
Bringing it back around.
Yeah, GT just felt like it was on life support.
Yeah.
And we're just dragging it, and I'm like, Goku's a kid again.
Yeah.
He can get strong for a minute, but loses a lot because his body's not capable. Is he gonna grow up? Yeah, he does later, but then he takes the Dragon Balls away. Spoiler alert if you haven't
Seen a show that started in 2008.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but I was like, what is the point? And then you have Frieza. Frieza. You have Trunks and Pam, and it's like, what is this show?
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, I'm the only thing I really wanted for Dragon Ball was them to develop the other characters and be able to be like, I care about Gotenks. I care about Gohan, where he does.
Yeah.
Because they always show the future Gohan, like this warrior, and he was fighting to the end, and then he dies, and that's why Trunks, becomes this who he is, because he was looking up to Gohan.
Yeah.
They just kind of just stopped. It
Well,
was just like-
granted, that is only one timeline where that's
Yeah.
supposed to happen.
But anytime I've seen Gohan in the future,
Yeah.
he's been that guy.
Yeah, but he
This-
always dies.
Yeah, always.
He's that guy,
He's
but
my
he
favorite
gets murdered. So he realized, look, if I don't become that guy,
Yeah.
I won't die, y'all.
won't die.
I can stay alive. I'm doing that.
I'll become a family.
Mom,
man.
send me to school. And now we got the Gohan we got.
Right. But then you see you got Gotenks.
I'm talking trash. He never saw his future self.
No, but
It'd be
it's
funny
just
if he
funny to
did.
think that I let that go, because it'd be funny to think, man. Well, you know what?
I don't want nobody to hear this and think, oh, he don't know what he's talking
Right.
about. I'm like,
Right.
pause. I do.
I know, because every time I be hearing, like, I don't know what I said until I listen back, and I'm like, correcting myself. I'm like, that doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, nigga. Why did you say it like that? Because now people gonna think you don't know what you're talking about. Like the last episode, I said Pikachu, the Detective Pikachu,
Yeah.
came out in May.
Uh-huh.
We're in May, but I was thinking like I was in April, but for some reason I put April after May.
So you were just going through it.
What's going on? Because April and May is a weird month because it seems like there's no weight to them.
Yeah, there's really nothing in
Interchangeable.
April unless you know people that have birthdays.
Yeah.
And you're a devout,
Right.
I guess, like in hardcore into Mother's Day. Because Mother's Day is this Sunday, really,
yeah,
right?
This Sunday.
I still haven't figured out what I'm going to get my mom.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Are we terrible children?
No. We're 20-year-olds.
Fair. Like I'm out here struggling. I'm trying.
I'm trying to get myself together.
I can't keep up with all these holidays and keep losing money.
Yeah. Now, if I'm 30 and I'm not, then maybe
Yeah.
I could be a candidate, a nominee for bad child, for worst child.
Hold on. How many siblings do you have?
One other one.
Oh, so then she just has to judge off the 2.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. I'm a child of 5.
Well, yeah, you got some leeway.
Yeah, I can get away with some things, but not everything.
Right. Dog, you have. See, it's so funny. Just based off of the conversation we have, it always feels like you're. I ain't gonna say the only child. You usually have one other brother.
Yeah.
Just the
Why?
way.
What makes you think that?
I don't know. There's nothing really
Yeah.
that would make me think that. But for some reason, if somebody asks me, "Does Bryson have siblings?" I'm like, maybe one. I don't see him with 4 other ones.
It's 5 of us, and I'm the youngest.
Yeah. You're
So-
the youngest.
Yeah.
Way older than you?
Yep.
How old?
The closest one to me is 11 years older than me. Yeah.
So essentially, you really are kind of like the only child.
Basically. But one of them she had a daughter around the same time that I was born. So me and her were raised together.
Oh, that'd be
So
kind of cool.
me and my niece are like brother and sister more so than any of them.
Right. You're in no situation. I have a homeboy like that.
Really?
Yeah, his auntie. I think he's like a year older than his aunt.
Okay. So
Yeah.
they're more like brother and sister?
Yeah.
And they were raised together?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, he moved from New York to
Okay.
down here. I always mess with him like, how would you feel if I like date your auntie and like and be like, I'm be your uncle now?
I can tell you what to do.
I know, right? It's like we just were brothers and now we actually be uncles. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't that, as long as you know who I am, I'm cool. I'm the cool guy.
You can whoop them now.
Trying to convince him, yeah.
Take your belt off in the middle of the Walmart.
So I'll be like, yo, my mother-in-law would be your grandma. It's like this dynamic is so weird now. I don't understand what's going on. But that would have been that. I always mess with him every time I say that. But
Man, has he been on this podcast?
yeah, twice.
Okay.
Shout out to Elijah.
You need to bring them through. I'm telling you, you need to have like a super cast one day.
But how?
What you mean,
Where am I
how?
gonna sit? I'm sorry. He came in here and said that it should be bigger room. It should like it be bigger.
Okay, that's
room.
not what I said at all. I told him I thought this room looked a lot bigger from
Right.
the videos that I see because you got all this wall right here.
Exactly.
And you thinking it's like at least 16 to 18 feet back here.
Yeah.
It's not. It's about 10.
You make me think you're an interior designer because you was like, this room is about 10 by 10. I'm like, yeah, it's exactly what it is. How the heck you know that? That's like, dumb. I don't know how you just knew that. And
Bro,
the reason why I knew that was because I had to make that shelf. And that's 10 feet. That's 10 feet long.
Well,
10
see,
foot long.
we both figured it out. Just one quicker than the other.
I did that a couple months ago.
Oh,
I've
really?
been in this house for about 8 years.
Oh, man.
So never would have. I don't look at dimensions.
So, I mean, what did you do? You just tore that piece of the wall out? You did this by yourself?
No. What do you mean, like, how did the basement come about?
Oh, this is a shelf. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at this part of the wall,
Oh, no.
thinking that you did that across your entire room. I was like,
My uncle did that.
well,
Yeah. Appreciate
you know what
it.
you're doing? What you doing shooting a podcast? You need to be doing people's houses,
I know, right?
making quick money.
I definitely wouldn't be at where I'm at. So,
Of course.
if that was the case. Either that or gonna make me do that.
Yeah.
Always trying to use your talents for their benefits.
My talent is, I guess, talking.
Talking?
No, it's not. It's telling stories, but you know.
You're the I don't know the word for it, but like you're the guy that you put in front where you're like, hey, do this. You less questions. You don't ask a lot of questions on why I need to do this, and also you get it done. Congrats to you, Bryce.
I ask so many questions. It's terrible. Nobody wants to ask me to do anything because I will ask you 10,000 questions.
I think why is your first one.
Well, no, not even. That's rude.
Really?
Yeah, somebody tells me why. Oh, hey, go clean that up. Why? What? Get out. You're fired. I don't know.
Get out, you're fired.
Who are you speaking?
That was quick.
Yeah, it should be.
I think you're
But no, it's only if it's something I don't agree with, honestly.
right.
Then I'll ask a lot of questions. But you're right for the most part. Somebody asks me to do something, you know, it gets done.
Yeah. I feel like there was like a weird wave when we got hired.
Yeah.
Because every other person just don't want to do nothing.
You're right.
And I'm like,
For those of y'all that don't know, we work for the Cobb County government, Parks and Recreation.
that is to put some context in there.
Yeah, because y'all, we're talking. We've known each other for, God, 4 years.
4 years, as long as I've been working.
That's wild.
It's
Now that I'm thinking
crazy.
about it, I was going to say a couple months.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait, you're lying,
That's a
sir.
big difference.
Yeah. You only see him every couple of months.
Exactly.
But y'all have been cool for about 4 years now.
Yep.
Yeah, so why did you have to resync?
It stops every 30 minutes.
Oh, this is a DSLR.
Yeah, this one's camcorder, so it keeps going.
See, I've been looking at the camcorder the whole time. I forgot about this regular camera that you got.
Yeah, I was putting this one on me so I can adjust it to
Yeah.
do this one better, but I got to figure that all out.
Hey,
later.
back to square one. We
Back
talked
to-
about that
why
in
is
like
it
the
so
first
cold?
2 minutes. What?
Really? I said it's so cold.
Go put on a jacket then.
First of all, I didn't say it was unbearable. I just said it was cold. Normally when I have this light on, I'm hot.
It's like 75 degrees hotter.
Yeah, but this ain't.
Does it generate a lot of heat?
I don't think that the podcast describing what's in my room is the best thing to talk about.
You're right, but I need to know now because like now that you brought it up, I need to know there's this light right here
Yeah.
that he has behind the cameras to make our black faces look beautiful.
Sure.
If it generates a lot of heat, and has he started a fire down here and didn't tell his parents?
No.
Because there's a black spot in the middle of the floor, and ain't nobody talked about it yet.
What black
Y'all
spot?
see how you looking?
I don't see a black spot.
I'm lying.
Yeah, you are.
See, telling stories. It's my specialty. I
Not
painted
good
a whole
ones.
story for you, and this is your home.
Not every story's a good one.
Hey, I didn't say it
don't
was
know what
good, but
that
it got
was.
you, right?
Well,
I've been in
because
here
I'm
for
like-
all of 10 minutes, y'all. And you never been in this house before. Told him he had a black spot. He believed it.
I like how you didn't use the knowing the dimensions of my room.
Well, that too.
That would have been the hitter. The other thing is lying. That was a lie. That was the truth.
Was it a lie?
Yes,
Are you sure?
definitely.
Okay.
If I had a plug-in answer and that was the number one answer on Family Feud,
It'd be a lie. Show me lies.
Show me a lie.
It's still a story nonetheless. I had to put it in. I had to make it up.
That's a lie. First of all,
Isn't all fiction a lie?
fiction, not nonfiction.
Okay, we're not talking about non.
You're talking about my room is nonfiction.
Yeah, because it's here in this
Right.
space.
What you made up was the fiction.
So you're telling me all fiction is a lie by that statement?
This is a non-fiction household, okay? You don't tell lies around in this room, in this,
This is
10 by 10 room.
in this 10 by 10 room. It's surrounded by
I
fiction.
might name this episode the 10 by 10 room.
It's nothing but fiction on the walls up here in the back.
Sure.
But this is a non-fiction house. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, but in this
Remember
but
that.
the carpet you described as the black mark
Oh yeah, absolutely. I lied.
was the non-fiction. You're talking about that. Now, if you was talking about something over here, then yeah, in that realm.
Hold up. You said the house was a non-fiction house, okay? This 10 by 10 room was a part of this house.
Sure.
Surrounded
All right, you got me.
by fiction.
But just the game's not over.
How so?
Life, you know, it keeps going.
Maybe.
And if life keeps going,
That was a perfect spot for a sponsorship. And I really
Oh.
thought you was going to come in with it.
No.
And I was waiting. I'm like, what is he about to sponsor?
I don't say live. Well, I have one.
You could, though.
Roads and Roads.
What is that?
It's a.
I'm sorry. Am I too excited? What is it, though? Seriously, because I never heard of it.
Roads and Roads is a social media firm. Mm-hmm. When you're trying to get verified on Twitter or any monetized on YouTube,
Yeah.
you call them.
You have to call people to do that?
Yeah, they prefer it. They're a little old school.
Okay. Still, though, I thought you were about to sponsor like some sort of food or like Hello Fresh, Blue Apron or something, just talking about life
Yeah.
and how great it can be. I don't know.
I
Something
wonder how
crazy.
often people that use they do the Blue Apron sponsor. How
Yeah.
often do they really use Blue Apron?
I don't know.
I
Have you
feel like
ever used it?
No.
I did
This is not a sponsor.
We did HelloFresh. We did that for about 2 months.
Really?
Yeah. It was pretty okay.
How'd you get with them?
Oh, no, you talking about sponsorship or like actually
you
using
mean
the service?
Use the service.
Yeah, use the
I thought you were saying
bad.
we had, because 2
No.
months is a very...
We were not. I've never been sponsored. We just started the podcast. We haven't done any kind
I
of...
mean, I don't know what you do in your side gigs.
Bro, we haven't done any gaming videos in months.
That's trippy. Why is that?
What?
Why is that?
Lazy?
Laziness.
And it's all on me.
It's tough to edit. Yeah,
Procrastination
Who are you telling?
is it's the greatest. Like, I wake up in the morning knowing I need to edit something,
Yeah.
and I just won't.
I got 3 videos.
Yeah.
Just sitting in them, never.
You hadn't even touched them.
No.
How long they been sitting there?
We did the Disney one recently.
Oh, well,
which was
hold
like
up,
2
because we
weeks
didn't go
ago.
back to that HelloFresh thing. We need to finish our topics.
Sure.
We just keep jumping.
Sure, go ahead.
Anyway, the HelloFresh thing, tried it for a few months. The food was okay. It was actually really good.
Okay.
But prices kind of got in the way, so we just kind of dropped off of it.
Did it
But
change or something?
They were just a little bit higher than what we needed them to be when we were eating the food. But it was pretty good. But we ended up stopping and just going grocery shopping like normal people.
We just started living our normal lives.
Now I'm never gonna get sponsored by them because I said that. I'm sorry.
So have you had Blue Apron?
No, I hadn't had Blue Apron, but we have had HelloFresh. Okay, so you got 3 videos on your computer that you haven't edited
No.
in 2 years? That's what you said?
I said 2 weeks.
See, just making more
you go
stories.
lying again. Immediately starts lying again. I was like, I don't even know if I enunciated weeks. So all I think I remember saying it was 2.
I don't know I don't even know if you told me anything. I was just like, I'm
But
going to say
you heard
this.
me 2.
Did I?
You heard the 2 because that's such a precise number.
But I've only known you for 4 years, so how would I know that? I had to make the time relevant to
I
where
like how
you
say
believe it.
only. You know, people date for 4 years and be like, yo, when are we gonna get married?
Okay. Yeah, but we only see each other every couple of months, so it's not like
Yeah, you're right.
we're always we see each other every weekend or something. It's only during events.
It's only during events.
It's like I don't go to your center, you don't come to mine. We don't hang out normally.
I don't want to go to your center. Your
Why?
center crazy.
What are you scared
Your
of?
center is crazy. Every time somebody talks about that place, they're like, bro, yeah, I was just up there the other day. There was something going on. Shooting happened over there.
Okay, that happened
And
once.
I'm like, that area? Really? That area?
It's not even that bad over there, honestly.
It shouldn't be. I went to camp out there.
Yeah, we almost had a fight out there last week in the gym, but that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
So
We get hollering. People like to yell at each other and
That's
walk
what they
out
were doing.
and storm.
and I told them basically if they wanted to be about that, that's fine. Just get out.
Yeah.
Like y'all can leave. I didn't actually tell them to leave because apparently that became like a small situation later.
Are you getting a different crowd now? This is weird talking about that job.
It is. But no, we get the same amount.
I'm getting different people.
We're getting
now.
less kids from the community now. We're getting more grown men than anything.
Yeah.
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah. That's weird. It was weird. I'm like, I don't know y'all. No, I see the same people over and over
Oh,
again.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, where y'all coming from? I think they come from East Miami.
We get the same crowd for the most part, but earlier this week we had a different. It's always when we get a different crowd.
Yeah.
That's when they get to arguing and wanting to fight.
Exactly.
And that's the reason it's annoying that grown men be in there because it's like, first off, y'all are playing rec ball. It ain't, you don't need to be doing all that cussing and all that hooping and hollering over some rec ball. It's a
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Play the game, get your exercise, go home.
Everybody think they're getting cheated out of.
Yeah, and it's like, what are you getting cheated out of, sir? You got a good workout and you had somewhere to play ball for free.
Right.
That's all you needed. You need to be working. It's Wednesday afternoon.
That be tripping me out too, because I'm like,
Unless it's your day off.
I'm like, y'all look old.
Yeah.
Y'all don't look like college kids no more. Y'all look like y'all should be graduated.
Like y'all should have a job.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be in a gym on a weekday before 5 o'clock.
Right.
Like you need to be at work. Like I said, unless it's your day off.
Right.
But I don't know what your schedule's like, and I shouldn't see the same dude coming up there at least 3-4 times out of the week.
Yeah.
Because that's when I know you're not working.
Maybe it's his vacation.
Unless he worked night shift or like
too.
in a warehouse.
Night shifts.
But if you're working in a warehouse, you're sleeping during the day.
Yeah.
You have to. You
Yeah.
need sleep at some point. You're not
Yeah.
coming up to the gym fighting mad because somebody cheated you out of your N1.
I used to work 5 to 5 at a warehouse.
When did you work at a warehouse?
My first time working, 18 straight up. 5 to
Movie
5.
theater for me.
Yo, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been nicer.
It was.
The checks look nice though, but
Mine did not.
Yeah.
I made minimum wage.
Well, I don't know what I was. Actually, I think I was making a lot more.
You had to be. If you were making good money, you weren't making minimum wage.
I think it was either 12 or.
Yeah, it's way past minimum wage. I was
Yeah.
getting $7.25. But it continue.
Yeah, well, whatever. So yeah, when we started that, but the only reason why I was working 5 to 5 was because whatever shift is before us wasn't doing their job, and they kept doing that for weeks. And then after a while, I was like, I'm not going in anymore. I'm just done. I'm
So
an
you just
18-year-old
stopped going?
kid. Yeah, I just stopped going. I feel like it was almost like a temp service type thing. Though.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like they really cared if I didn't show up again.
And did they?
They didn't call me.
Oh.
They
I worked at Dave & Buster's for a day.
Why do you say it like that?
But
It's like you did say. Normal people go like Dave and Buster's. You was
I
like,
just-
I went to Dave and Buster's. I heard
because
that.
it is Dave
I know
and
you
Buster's.
put a lot of emphasis on Dave and Buster's.
Oh.
I'm just whatever.
No, honestly though, what it is because I have since I started doing the whole making my videos and stuff,
Uh-huh.
I had to learn how to enunciate and make my voice louder because that was something I needed to work on because I speak real low.
You did. When we
Normally,
first
I'm
met,
like, man,
I'd be like, what?
man, you know, I'm down here. Normally, you can't
I
hear nothing.
said.
But I had to learn how to pick my voice up.
Yeah.
So now I enunciate a lot when I'm talking to people, and you just pointed it out. It made me feel bad because I have to actively do it.
Yeah, I gotta stop mumbling myself. I'm always I depend on my bass. Like it's making it project or something. I'm like, I'm like, stop, Nick, stop. Just talk.
Yeah.
And people are like, why are you yelling? Because I need to get the words
You got to
out.
get it out.
Because either that, I'm just gonna hold it in. Hold in my words.
And also, I realized. Sorry, you were having a moment.
No,
Though. I'm sorry.
I have a moment in it.
I didn't mean to interrupt it.
It's all right. Now I gotta edit that out.
No, you don't. Leave it all
I
in.
know, right? I don't. You think I really edit these out?
I hope you don't.
No, I don't.
You don't edit them at all.
No, they straight up raw.
But you make us sign that contract saying that we can't curse and talk about other explicit
Yeah, you
things.
good at
Otherwise, you're
lying.
suing us for $50.
You good at lying.
I
You
know.
really good. That was quick. And
I
as soon
know,
as
I
you
can't
said the
help it.
favorite thing, I was like, I already know this is going.
See, it's
That means you're not a good
storytelling.
liar.
How you figure?
Because I pointed out as soon as you started talking.
I mean, I'm also telling the story at the same time.
To who? To whom?
Whoever's listening.
To whomever.
I like how you caught that.
Yeah.
To whom?
To whom? I always felt like whom was like one of those words is like it could be whatever. It could be either way, but people want to be funny and be like, oh no, it's whom.
I guess that's the proper way to speak.
Probably
Or
is.
the correct way to say words. Whomever this should concern.
I was thinking about getting a dictionary, drawing a random number, and finding a word, and then we just try to use it throughout the podcast. It's tough
How you figure?
because
You could do that.
You probably could, but I just don't know what word. Like, what if we get stuck as like qualicominius?
First off, I would ask you to define that, and then we could use it.
Okay, I got you. It's like a spelling bee.
is-
Qualicominius. Could you give me a definition? Qualicominius is a Mediterranean squirrel.
Okay.
Okay, Qualitiminius. QUALIMETIUS. Qualitiminius. Dang, I can't even say my own word I made up. I feel like if I ever made a dictionary, everything would be phonetically.
Okay.
Everything. I mean, there's no word in my dictionary that doesn't sound how it looks.
So basically, no pseudonyms. No knives. No swords.
No letters and suits.
no lasagna.
No, none of those guys. They don't exist in my language.
None of them.
I guess we have to. Well,
You
we
have to pronounce them differently.
Right? Yeah, we can still use the words. I just have to actually spell them how they sound.
Yeah. Lasagna
Lasagna.
and sword. Knife.
Yeah.
That one used to piss me. Oh, sorry. That one used to upset me.
The New York Canucks.
Yeah, ew. Well, that's close to the Vancouver Canucks, which is a hockey team.
Yeah.
I don't know who's repping that team, but you know.
Shout out to that team.
Yeah, shout out to the Vancouver Canucks. I don't know what y'all's record is like,
That's such a random fact.
or if y'all even won the Stanley Cup, or what happened.
I don't even know. Are they in the main league?
I
Or is it
believe
like
so.
a secondary league, kind of like a D league hockey?
Do they
league?
have a D League?
I thought they kind of like have a
I don't know
D-league
sports.
style of, you know.
Absolutely not.
That's hilarious. You know nothing.
I'll keep a straight face with you the whole time, though, and
you
make
know
you think that I do.
You know,
I'm a great storyteller.
you know, it's funny because Jada was just like, I wish y'all could have a podcast where y'all just talking and not talk about sports. And now that I brought you, I'm like, well, I guess this will be the episode I'll talk about sports because Bryson doesn't know anything about sports.
Hey, that's all. Does she?
No, she can't. She don't talk about sports. I don't know about to say
Well,
she
then
can't talk about sports. She
that's
don't talk
perfect.
about sports. She finds it boring.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's very boring.
I get it. I feel like I'm in the medium. I feel like I'm in the middle when it comes to like being athletic or knowing my stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not crazy about the sports, but I know it, so I can use it in conversation. It's almost like knowing another in-game reference,
And that is?
quantum physics. Study it for conversations.
Who's studying quantum physics for conversation?
Some people like actually bringing those things up.
To sound like they're smart?
Maybe some people are actually interested in it.
I don't know. It's too confusing, and honestly, so is Endgame.
I like how animated you are. It's funny, like we never talked for 45 minutes straight.
It's been 45 minutes?
Well, yeah. And it's just funny to see you going. It's a circle. It's like a half circle. Could you come right back?
I always try to bring it back. Bro, that's what I do. I'm telling you. And it's imagine this with 3 other people doing the same thing.
That would be crazy.
You just got to
need
come
a
together.
visual.
I will when I stop being broke and I can afford a camera.
You better put 2 of them iPhones up. You better quit playing.
And they're not even good iPhones. They're like 5s and 5Cs.
What?
The camera is trash.
Didn't you get a 10?
Yeah, I have a 10.
That's the ones I'm talking about, Bryce.
Oh. Well, specify.
They show like 4K 60 frames, don't they?
I don't know if they do 4K, but I know they do 60 frames.
They do 4K.
But do they?
Yeah.
Unbeknown to
this
me.
iPad is a little way later, and they got 4K 30 frames.
Okay. But either way, when they release the new phone in September, or when they announce it, and then it comes out, I'll use my 10 as one of my cameras. But
Okay.
until then,
I thought you were going to tell me you were going to get the 11 or whatever the
yeah,
name
whatever it is, I'll get it.
Because I was going to say, let me get your 10 because you're just getting new phones now.
Oh no, I don't have it like that. Nowhere near.
I still got my 6S.
Really?
Yeah.
I gave mine to my little brother, and I probably should have kept it to use the camera since I cleared all the
pretty
stuff
nice.
out of it.
Yeah.
Is it?
I ain't going to say like the best quality, but compared to your 10, obviously it's a lot less.
Actually, I need to just get like a camcorder, maybe about 150, 200.
Yeah, get like 2 of these.
Yeah, and I could run it that way.
Yeah.
And they're not even
Oh, you
expensive.
don't need 2. You need 1.
I'm gonna get 4.
You can get
One for each person.
You funny because you go for the longest talking about how much that you don't have, and then
Yes.
you go big.
That's the way I shop. You be broke for the longest. You down there in the bottom. You got nothing.
Have you ever gotten that PC?
Nope. And then you come up and you rise. But when you rise, you go fast because you're gonna drop because you got glue wings like Icarus or wax. And then you're gonna melt and hit the bottom again because you realize I still got bills to pay. I got a car note, and I just spent $400 on microphones. What am I gonna do?
Okay.
Then you struggle and you put that on credit.
What kind of mics you got?
Shure mics right now.
How much did they run you?
Honestly, $400. But that's for all 4 mics. Each mic was $100. What?
These were 40, and I got 3.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I gotta hear your podcast. That quality better be crispy.
No, right now it's not where it needs to be because I'm not really caring. And I listened to the podcast I did last Sunday, which sounded so much better than what I had been doing, what we had done previously.
Yeah.
I need to take them to the next level. What did you do? That's on camera.
Yeah, well,
You going hard.
you can
sir.
always bleep it.
You're off the rails.
Last episode,
Yeah.
I heard myself in Jada's bike
Uh-huh.
because I was able to hear myself in this mic, which means that I had her mic tuned up. No, actually, I don't have to worry about your mic. have to worry about you. You have to worry about your mic, not mine, because my voice carries, and I be hearing myself, and they be like, sound like I'm in the background. I'll be like, God dang it, whatever.
Well, if you're a good editor, you'll sync it up, and you won't have that problem. You won't even hear it,
right? But them times when I'm quiet, I do different EQs on hers, so it's a little off. So I kind of hear it because there's a difference now. So
why do you do it like that?
Because sometimes her lows they don't sound right. Sometimes I could throw the same EQ on there and it'd be fine, but sometimes she sounds like low at weird times, so I kind of have to manually adjust it. Sometimes.
Fair enough, but y'all have different voices, so you can't just like bass boost the whole thing,
right?
Because she's gonna sound different.
She talks lower than me, so I have to.
I have that problem with my brother because he speaks loudly. Yeah, and I'm not as loud as he is. Yeah, so I have to play with our voices, and I have to record us on separate tracks. Is this all on one track?
This is all separate tracks. This is why I told you to get this H6, not a sponsor. But hey, Zoom, if you want a sponsor, I mean. Go ahead, man. Send me some stuff. I don't care.
They gonna send you a bunch of HD cords.
Sure.
And a bunch of XLR mic connections. Like, hey, we know you got a podcast. Here's some free cords.
Get some free cords.
Thanks for the shout out, kids. And that's it.
That'd be nice.
You'll never hear from them again.
I don't care. Send me it. Send me another H6. Actually, send me some extensions because I do want to get 6 channels eventually.
So you won't even put 4 people on this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
But you want 6 channels.
I really forgot we just talked about that.
But you want 6 channels.
Because it gives me more of like leeway. Because sometimes if you have at least 4 people in the room, there's 2 extra people sitting around.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody always drags one person out that didn't want to come out in the first place.
I think it's weird if it's just 4 people. Especially if they all on the podcast. Yeah. If it's 6 or at least 5, I think it'd be fine.
I don't know. That's like I said. That's the supercast right there. Get you 6 people.
But how we gonna
turn this table into a dining room table, like one of them long ones in Game of Thrones or medieval times? Yeah, you're right. You might have to take it outside. Picnic. So you set up like a picnic cast. So the picnic supercast. Okay, that's the name right there. See, we did the fat, we did the skinny. Now we're perfect. Fusion dance. So we got the we get the Picnic Supercast.
The Picnic Supercast felt like some little Disney Junior or Nickelodeon Nick Jr. show.
Bro, this is already a G-rated show. You could market it as such. Pitch this to Disney.
Hello and welcome to the Picnic Supercast.
And see, when you say that part, everybody has to come in with you. Picnic Supercast. And when they come in with you, it's
you know, be fire though.
What?
If I could like interview the Wiggles.
Yeah, well, aren't they dead? No, right?
All of them. Are you saying all of the Wiggles are
maybe
dead?
One. Okay, I'm sorry.
Did all the Wiggles die?
Possibly. They had the plague. I mean, it was going around.
No, I think one did die, but I can still.
I'd have to be fact checked on that because honestly, I'm just talking.
It's like saying I want to interview with the Temptations. It's like, well, yeah, obviously they're not all around, but I get the main.
Take what you can get.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
You know, even if I was like, I'd like to interview somebody off the '90s Bulls. If I could just get Scottie Pippen. I don't need Jordan. I get Scottie Pippen. Like one of them is fine. But yeah, that would be.
So you get the interview with the Wiggles.
I don't know what I'll ask them except for like, how was it on set?
So why would you want them? You just said that you wanted them.
Well, I just thought about it because I was thinking like kid style. So I was like, oh, that'd be funny and goofy, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't ask kid style questions like, where you been? Are you like? Yeah. It's not cheery. It's kind of more like, hey. How was it recording that stuff? Because I don't know, like most child type shows, they're not really great on stuff. Like I heard about the Teletubbies, where it was kind of tough on set sometimes.
For what? And one of them did die, the purple one.
Yeah,
the guy who was in that.
Maybe
suit.
That's what we're thinking about.
It could be because I was thinking it in my head, but I was trying to figure out a way to say it, but I was like, I'll leave it alone for now.
Yeah, I mean, just like I think the startup was weird because at first they didn't think it was going to last that long. Yeah, and then they got kind of back into it. Maybe the contracts were bad. I don't know. It was something like that, but I don't remember the details of it. But those kind of shows, it does get a little tough, you know.
But yeah, I feel like if you got sponsored by Disney to do the Picnic Supercast, they would use current Disney stars and everybody that's on their channel right now.
I don't know.
You'd get Raven Simone. You get her kids from her show.
Oh, you mean like? I don't know.
But they're the popular ones.
If I did an interview with them,
You'd get Andy Mack characters.
yeah,
That show is super
I
dramatic.
will see. Now I'm back to my own podcast. I would like to interview the old Disney people.
What you mean back to your podcast?
Because I don't feel like the supercast. I don't want that marketing.
Yes, you do.
With that.
$2 million, Disney will offer you to do the picnic supercast.
Yeah, send me the money. Sure, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But I mean, if I had to, like, if
Yeah.
it was like, all right, we want you to do this for the next 5 years, I'm not doing the supercast for $2 million for 5 years.
Of course not. $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. The stakes are going a little higher.
You better argue that contract up.
$2 million a year.
$2
5
million a year
years
for 5 years.
just to interview kids
Yeah.
that's on shows and stuff.
And you're getting notoriety, and then you may be able to branch off and be on Radio Disney for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe you get your own channel on Radio
I
Disney.
forgot Radio Disney was a thing.
Yes, indeed. And then they may give you one of the other radio stations that I'm sure Disney owns because they own everything. And then with you already having your foot in the door, you can just kind of play around and see where else you can go, see what else you can do. And they might end up paying you more than that when your contract is up in 5 years. If they want you to come back and do the
That's a long time.
Supercast.
The Supercast.
Well, they won't contract you for 5 years, obviously.
Yeah.
You'll get the contract for probably 1 year at most.
Right. And see how it goes.
Yeah, see how it goes. And then when they try to bargain to get you back because of the popularity of it.
That's
then you
crazy.
get that.
I don't know, man. Because I had to think about like how my brain be programmed to ask kid kind of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we lose power?
Kind of. That would be interesting because I'm like, the questions I want to ask those people, it's just how it was, what's, the height, like Zach and Cody,
Yeah.
what was maybe I'm actually thinking about the producers more than I'm thinking about the actors. Cause I'm like, was Zach and Cody, what made them say, let's put them on a boat now, the hotel thing is getting old. Let's put them on a boat.
Yeah.
What was the pitch? Like, how's that? That's the kind of thing I was interested in, like, all grown up, Rugrats. Well, I'm on Nickelodeon now.
So
but
you'd want producers and writers, I guess, or even
Kinda.
directors. So you
They're-
want the behind the scenes
yeah,
people.
I like behind the scenes stuff.
I do too.
Yeah.
Especially in movies. I'll watch all the behind the scenes. I can't watch commentaries too much
Yeah.
because they take me out of the film.
Yeah.
To listen to a commentary over a movie while it's going.
Right. That's a weird thing because I like hearing people talk about a movie.
Yeah.
Like, if you just gave producers to talk about the movie and they was asking questions, I'll probably enjoy that. And then you just give me behind the scenes, I'll enjoy that. But sorry, you put those two things together, I don't think I could watch the movie while they're talking.
I can't either. It had to be like comedy commentary.
Yeah.
Like, you've done one of those, haven't you? Didn't I?
Kind of. Essentially, yeah, I did it with Halloween.
Yeah, okay. I thought I saw that. And I've seen a few other YouTube channels do it. And I think that would be pretty cool because those are funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and essentially, it's not them. It's not their movie.
Yeah.
So also, there's no real insight. It's not like you need to listen to this. It's just funny, Like, I've seen this enough times. Let's just
It's
have
like
fun.
being in a room with your friends and y'all
Right.
just watching a movie and talking trash while it's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know, man. I don't know. This whole like I'm acting like this is an opportunity that's going to come up. I'm like, wait, could I do that for 5 years?
You could. This could be
probably
the
could.
idea right now. They may call you up. You may get an email.
First of all, they got my number. I was like, they got my
It's
number. That's a
Disney.
problem.
I'm sure that they do.
Disney should not have
I'm
my
sure
number.
they can get it. It's not hard.
They just throw me in a Spider-Man movie. Let me be some weird reoccurring character.
Or like Donald Glover. Like how he was just in
Kinda.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
for no reason.
Well,
I liked
but
it.
he makes sense too because he was also in Star Wars, which is another Disney product. So,
Yeah, but he was an actual character in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, he was a main character in
he's,
Star Wars.
he's still a kind of character in here. He's
Who is he?
Miles' uncle. In some cases, he plays the biggest part in Miles' life.
Hold up. Are we talking about two
Miles
separate
Morales?
Spider-Man movies?
No,
You talking about Into the Spider-Verse?
No. I know it. I know what's going on here. Yes, we saw a movie about Miles Morales,
Yeah.
but in Homecoming,
Uh-huh.
that's what they referenced to. He was like,
That's
oh,
who he's supposed to be?
yeah, he's like, my
Okay.
nephew is around here or something like that. He kind of referenced to him.
Okay.
So it was like, oh, okay, so that's his uncle. And in most cases, like you saw in Spider-Verse, uncle dies.
yeah.
So he may actually have a cool part. He may actually be old boy. That's in the actual character.
The villain?
Yeah.
I don't even know who that villain was.
I don't know either. I never heard of him. But
I had
I also
neither.
ain't a huge Spider-Man fan, so
I mean, I'm not either, but I still feel like I would have heard. I've heard about most of Spider-Man's villains,
yeah.
but
That's nice.
I guess that's a different Spider-Man. So at the same time, maybe it's not necessarily Peter Parker's villain.
Yeah.
So okay, well I'll take it back then. I still don't know who he is.
I'm kind of glad that we didn't see Green Goblin. Like, I'm glad we're not starting with that.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Now we're getting Mysterio and Far From Home.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that trailer either. I do not watch movie trailers.
Yeah.
They spoil too much of the movie. I know Marvel does a good job with throwing scenes in there that aren't going to be in the movie and stuff, but most movie trailers spoil everything.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of that.
I think the in game, I couldn't do it. I could not watch anything else.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I really wanted. And Us.
I saw the first trailer for Endgame just to make sure it was real. It's like, okay, I'm going to see that. No more trailers. Oh, that was nasty, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
How did that feel coming
I
out?
feel like it carried over kind of thing. Like I couldn't even keep it away.
But with Us, same as well.
Yeah.
I think I saw the first trailer, decided I'm going to see this. No more trailers.
Yeah, because the movie is way better without knowing what you're walking into.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was telling too much.
Was what the trailer for
The
Us?
trailers was.
I didn't see. I didn't watch them.
Yeah, it was almost like, yeah, you kind of got what was going on. You didn't know the details, but we knew what it was about to be about.
Yeah,
Felt like it was
on site. It wasn't like. I love that it wasn't comparable. I don't think it's comparable to Get Out.
No,
because it's
People
two
keep trying,
separate
though.
movies. They're trying hard, and they're making us look bad or trying to make it like, oh, it's not as good as Get Out. Because that's all I've been hearing personally.
I think that's funny how his titles are very hard to say in conversations.
Oh,
Because it's like,
Get Out. Oh, because they
made us.
Yeah, they blend.
They
so
made
well.
us look bad. Huh? It's like, wait,
Like,
what
who?
just happened?
Like, no, the movie.
I will. You know the one thing that I would like Jordan Peele to do
Yeah.
is to make a universe of this kind of
like a dark universe,
Yeah.
except it's like the Peele universe. I guess I don't know.
the Peele universe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Stephen King has his own universe.
right.
I don't know what it's called.
The Stephen King universe.
Is it? It's just that. It probably is.
Anytime
honestly.
these things come up, it's always the Stephen King.
Either that or something referencing the Dark Tower.
Does he direct movies or just write books?
He just writes books.
He seems like he direct movies as much as you hear his name.
He looks like Steven Spielberg, I guess, with the white hair. It's like kind of a thing.
right. He's like on that level of like Lucas.
George Lucas.
Yeah, George Lucas.
Yeah,
It seems like
he
it,
only
right?
did the movies.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't write books.
You don't know what it seems like. You hear his name so much associated with something. You like, did he write the movie? What else did he do? Is it just his company? He just, I mean, there's like other names I don't feel like naming because of controversial reasons, but it's just so like those names you be hearing, you be like, what are you? What are you to the
But granted,
movie?
they do go hard in their profession. I mean, you think of horror, the first thing you think of is Stephen King.
Yeah.
You think of movies or like movie directors. Steven Spielberg's the first one. You think of high fantasy. Besides Tolkien, you think of George Lucas. So I think that they do pretty well. They're definitely powerhouses in their own genres.
I'd like to become that person.
In your own genre?
Yeah.
I would too.
I don't know what my genre is though. I would love to do horror, but I don't really feel like I have the drive to do horror. Like I always wanted I wanted Stranger Things, but like Goosebumps themed.
So more for children, or what do you mean for
Almost kind of
Goosebumps
like
theme?
a younger Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Kind of like that.
They just remade Twilight Zone. Isn't Jordan Peele on that team
does
to do
too.
that?
Yeah. That's what I thought of. That's what I think about when I see Goosebumps, and that's how I would convey that story.
Yeah.
It's like I want you to take it seriously because I know these Goosebumps movies that are out with Jack Black. It's a goofy version, and that's what Goosebumps is. It's really a goofy type of thing, but it's kind of on theme with that Sabrina, Sabrina Teenage Witch. How they got like a dark version of that on Netflix now.
Hadn't
Not a
seen
sponsor. I haven't seen it either, but I saw like a preview of it, and I was like, oh, it's a dark take on that show, and it's like okay, kind of like Riverdale. Riverdale is a dark take of Archie.
Yeah.
So it's like cool little twist, and it gets you more interested because you're like, this feels more real.
Yeah.
Even like you ever seen that Fresh Prince trailer?
I hadn't seen it yet, but I've heard of it.
It's kind of like that, where it takes the idea of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and make it more like grounded, real, you know, a guy actually coming out of Philly trying to change his life type thing. And it was like, okay, even though that's what the show was about, it was more like this is a darker tone of it. And
It's like it's more real life, more gritty.
it feels
'cause
interesting.
It's a comedy, or it's based off of a comedy.
Yeah, it's mainly a sitcom type.
Yeah.
You call the show sitcoms? Yeah, it's sitcoms.
Yeah, it's
right?
a situational comedy.
Situational comedy. You know what I used to think they meant?
What?
Sit down comedy.
What?
You sit down and watch it.
You sit down and watch everything.
But I thought like maybe studio audience type thing. Like
Okay.
they sit down and watch it.
But don't they do that with dramas too? Yeah. Didn't they at one point? Didn't they have drama shows that they'd have live studio audiences? Or am I thinking of like soap operas?
Probably think of soap operas.
Okay.
Probably. I would see more soap operas doing that than.
I would too, because I can't think of any now that I'm saying it.
Yeah. That would be interesting though, to see a crime investigation show with a studio audience. They'd be like, why? What do they
crime
serve?
investigation. I feel like you got to travel too much for that.
You do. Scene changes. I mean, you essentially take the theater aspect and put it in the studio.
Okay, so basically like a play.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
over professional play.
Yeah, but they don't play a part in a way. Like,
yeah.
obviously with comedies, they laugh. What would they be in those other genres? I mean, they don't have to be like,
You can gasp.
but that's it.
It's like it was Sarah Lee with the knife.
Could you imagine like sitting in the studio audience with like Law and Order and like, gun gun?
I'd be bored. Law and Order is one of the most boring shows I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And I don't know how people sit through it.
I don't either.
And SVU is depressing.
Yeah.
God.
I don't care for none of the CSIs and all them because they seem repetitive.
Yeah.
And they get a little tiring.
I don't know. My mom got me into NCIS New Orleans.
Okay.
I don't know. There's something about those characters. I care about them.
Yeah.
But everything else, and I used to watch Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
But I felt like they were different because they had all these psycho murderers and stuff, and they were trying to get into the heads of these people to see what makes them do what they do and how can we solve the issue.
I can respect Criminal Minds as far as because they're really good on their topics where it's like we dive into criminal's mind. It's like how would they do this and how they thinking. I like that aspect.
Yeah.
I think with Law and Order is kind of like where's the guy? We're gonna talk to the bartender. Oh, same guy. Last week, brown hair. He was with some lady. Is that who y'all looking for? Why? What happened? Did they die? I'm like,
Yeah, that's the whole show.
yeah, it's
And
tough.
that's boring. I can't.
What's your favorite type of genre of shows?
I guess adventure.
Adventure?
Yeah.
Like what?
If you're going somewhere, just
Like a travel channel?
not necessarily. Oh, I thought you meant like movie genres or like
Oh,
TV
not
show
movie.
genres.
Oh,
You
yeah,
mean like a
TV
type-
show. Like a
Yeah,
TV
like an adventure show. Like if we're going out, we're gonna go do fun things, and then we're gonna come back, or maybe not.
Do you have an example?
Well, Dragonball is an adventure show. How they had to go out and find the dragon. What you mean, sure? Like you don't agree? Then they have to go out and find the Dragon Balls and do what they had to do.
I'm saying sure because I was thinking more like real life things, like Travel Channel or Food Network, where
Oh man, those shows are bomb. I mean, well, those networks are bomb too.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm not saying a network, but I couldn't think of the shows like your Guy Fieri show,
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
That I'm thinking those kind of shows is adventure, like Man versus Food. Like you like those kind of shows.
I do like those kind of shows, but as far as like genre like that, I mean, I can watch anything almost.
Okay.
I'll watch comedies, action, adventure. I can't watch soap operas, but I can watch stuff that's sad, dramas, things like that.
So in the drama field, what's your show?
Man, for the longest it was vampires. When people were going hard with the Twilight stuff, and all those women were in the crowd screaming, I was in the middle, going hard with them. No, I really wasn't. But
Okay.
I have seen all the Twilight movies. Vampire Diaries was really good, and I was feeling that. And I was watching like all the different shows about vampires and werewolves and stuff that was coming out at that time.
Yeah.
Another good one is this show called Being Human.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
That was a really good show. So yeah, supernatural stuff I can watch too. I love.
Do you watch Supernatural?
Yeah. I used to actually. I stopped after season 5 because that's when that show should have been over.
Yeah, I think it should have.
Actually,
I even dabbled
right
into.
there.
Wow, that's hilarious.
We went hard. Me and my brother, we both have one. We both
That's
have
hilarious.
it. Yeah,
That's
we used
funny
to
'cause
love
I
that
did the
show.
brother thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hilarious. I dabbled in that show,
Really?
and every time I went into it, I was like, "It's the same thing going on, isn't it?"
For the most part, it is. But I don't know what it was. We loved it.
I was like, I forgot where it going. Like, what is the point at this point?
Yeah.
Every time I see him in the truck driving,
Arguing about something,
Arguing about
crying. Like, come on.
I don't know.
What about you?
I think, well, after the era of sitcoms
Yeah.
type shows where it was actually good, where I don't know, you don't call The Office a sitcom, do you?
I would.
You would? Okay. I mean, I feel like that's the definition of sitcom for The Office.
Or I guess, would you call it sitcom, or is it just comedy now?
I think it's just.
Well, I mean, you put them in a situation.
I think they
and-
just call it what it is. It's a documentary comedy type thing.
But it's like more like a mockumentary.
Mockumentary, yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like The Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock.
Love Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And 30. I didn't finish The Office, to be honest.
Really?
I got like to season 5.
Wow, you did.
I don't even know. After Michael left, it got weird.
Yeah, it
and
was
I
like
couldn't really
7.
do it.
Season 7 was like when he falls out. And it's
Oh,
like,
really?
It is weird. Yeah,
Okay, so I got that far then.
because it's 9 seasons and he's out for like 2 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons, I think.
So yeah, at the point where he was like gone,
Yeah, it is tough to watch.
I stopped watching. But I finished 30 Rock completely, and
Yeah.
I've seen Parks and Rec like 3 times over.
Yeah, I did that with The Office. I watched The Office just in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I started back on season 2, let it play. Go back to season 1, let it play.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, I watched that all the way through. I can't do that no more.
Why not?
I think it's a mood that
Okay,
I need
so
to be
Parks
in.
and Rec or binge watching?
Binge watching Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Put it
together. Fuse your dance again.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about that. I don't know. I don't know.
I get it. I really do.
It's
Because it
weird.
is super dry.
Yeah, and it's
super dry.
It seems drier than The Office,
But
even
I
though it's made by
love
the
it.
same people.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm like, I like Superstore. You watch Superstore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Superstore.
I hadn't seen the new season though.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
But
I believe.
I don't know how they was doing it at that time, but I know Parks and Rec was on around the same time The Office was on. I felt like at the beginning stage, it felt like not everybody was involved, and then later on it got real good.
Okay.
And I think it's the first 2 seasons that really is hard for me to watch, but I want to watch it throughout like I did with The Office.
Yeah.
When I tell people to watch The Office, I say watch the first episode just to get the gist, because the first season ain't nothing but a copy and paste of the UK version. So they wasn't really finding their groove in that season. So season 2, they kind of started doing their own thing. Lighting change. It looks more goofy. It felt like people knew who they were at this point. So it's hard. It's still, season 2 is kind of hard to watch, but 3 and on, good. You know, constantly you laughing if you're into that kind of stuff. But Parks and Rec, I don't know. You got to get through 2 solid seasons to get to the third. Because I
Yeah.
think that's what I remember the third season being going, all right, I like this now. But I can't
I loved
watch
it.
no
I
more.
loved it all the way through. I don't know. Honestly, when I was watching Parks and Rec and I started working in Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, if it was anything like this TV show, I know I'm finna have a blast.
I think when everybody gets together, it's kind of that.
Yeah.
Not that funny, but it's as far as everybody like not knowing what's going on and you're trying to figure out what do we do.
Yeah.
That goofiness kind of happens, but it's not that funny. But 30 Rock was good. If they did take it off of Netflix, I'd still probably be binging that.
It's gone. It is.
Yeah.
So where is it now?
I don't know. I think it's on Hulu.
I have Hulu. I just got Hulu
Yeah.
maybe like 3 months ago to watch some of the shows that they took off. Archer,
Yeah.
my number 1 favorite show.
Oh my gosh. They had one more season, didn't they?
They
had, like-
have one.
They have one? It's
Yeah,
still
it
going?
should be. Yeah, I believe this is the last season that's going to be on TV.
I think the last season I kind of fell off was when Archie was in a coma.
Yeah, he's been in a coma for 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Yeah, they had what was it? The one where they were in the 50s? I forgot what it was called.
Yeah. I was on the island.
And then Danger Island was the most recent season that came out, and he's still in the coma in there.
Dang.
So he should be waking up or dying, whichever one's supposed to happen.
What's that?
It should be happening in this next season when
Yeah,
it
I
comes
kind of
out.
fell off on that show.
God, what was the why? Why'd you fall off?
I don't know. I think it was just. I don't know. I think it was. It was. Well, me and my homeboy used to watch it a lot.
Yeah.
And that made it easier to keep up because we talked about it and made references to it. And then I don't know. It just maybe a lot of other shows got in the way. But I don't know.
Or you stopped talking to that friend, and now that y'all broke up, you stopped watching Archer.
No, we still talk, but I just don't.
Talking trash.
No, but I actually thought like maybe it was that we just
did we?
We did stop hanging out much. I mean, not as much as we did.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe that played the element in it. But I kind of just fell off on the show. I felt like that show was getting repetitive. When you start getting out of the humor, you're like, this show's getting repetitive.
Whoa.
A lot of callbacks.
Never got out of the. Okay.
A lot of callbacks, and it felt like if you didn't watch it, you wouldn't have known what's going on. I didn't want to see what Lana would do with her baby. Like I wanted to know what this, but we were so in fantasy land for so long. I was like, I kind of want to get past this.
Dreamland. That was the name of the season.
Yeah, Dreamland.
I was like, that was gonna bother me. I got it now. We got it.
And I wanted to get past that, so I kind of had to get out of that series. I don't know.
Archer is my binge watching show.
Yeah.
Like I cut that on in the background, like how you turn on The Office, and it'll just be on.
Yeah.
My girlfriend doesn't like it though, so it's not funny to her. She says she doesn't get the jokes.
Yeah.
So I can't watch it as much.
Does she watch The Office?
No, I don't think so.
I got Jada into The Office.
Really?
Yeah,
Does she like it?
Yeah, she likes it. I would have. It's hard to say that because it's such my humor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't suggest The Office to anybody, but I'm like, if you have my humor, you're gonna love The Office.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to get my girlfriend into Game of Thrones. That's what I've been trying to. Are you into Game of Thrones?
No. I'm thinking about it.
Nobody likes it. Greg hates it. So when you listen to our podcast, all you're gonna hear is him just destroying it. That's all you.
Why does he not like it?
He claims that everything about it is stupid. That's legit his reasoning. I promise you. And when you meet him and you ask him, that's what it's gonna be.
I got no opinion on it because I ain't never watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's seen it. He doesn't like it.
I want to get into it, and now that it's ending, it gives me a whole series to watch.
Yeah.
So, but I'm also trying to get into Star Wars, so that's not helping.
You're trying to get into Star Wars?
I'm trying to watch them throughout.
Is it hard?
Yeah. Some people
Why?
tell me to watch episode 3 because episode 1 and 2 is not.
So you're trying to start in chronological order. Okay, well, if you're just now getting into the series for the first time ever, don't do that. That's wrong.
Why not?
Because 1 and 2 are terrible.
Yeah, no.
Like, god awful. Those movies are bad.
Yeah, 1 was very slow. I was watching it. I was like,
nothing happens in 1.
Yeah.
There was no reason for 1 to exist.
It feels like there's meetings. Star Wars, the meeting. We just talked a lot. We established a lot of characters, though.
How many of them do you remember?
I don't remember none of them. I just remember how much technology they had, but the quality of the movie looked so bad, so it looked funny.
Well, it came out in like 99, 2000.
Whoa.
What?
I think Star Wars came out way before that.
The first Star Wars, or you talking about episode 1?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I was going to say, yeah, no, it came out in the 70s.
Yeah, I was like, 90s. Still, I know, but it's just funny that when you're not really into the series, you start to nitpick things. So
yeah.
Like, I could do that.
Okay, well, start with episode 4 and then watch 4, 5, 6, then do 1, 2, 3. Get mad like everybody else in the world. Put it together. Realize how it works. Anakin, Luke, the whole Skywalker line. Then watch the new movies. Have you seen any of the new movies?
No.
None.
I tried Rogue One. Just wasn't.
Rogue One was really good.
Yeah.
So you didn't watch episode 6 or 7?
No.
Well, I mean 6. 7 or 8?
I fell asleep on the first. I tried to watch 3 and I fell asleep on it.
Fair. Because it's slow in the beginning. It's like, okay, Anakin's turning evil, but he's taking forever and a day to do it. Yeah. Either do it or don't.
Yeah. I think it's kind of ruined it because you know where he goes.
Yeah, and you know who he is.
Yeah. He's like, just go already. Come on.
But I guess it's not even the anticipation. I guess not even of like trying to figure out the mystery. It's like, okay, we get to watch the journey of him transitioning from this chosen one into this evil being that we all know and fear.
Right.
I guess that's what George Lucas was going for.
Yeah.
It's weak. And he shouldn't have did it, but he did it.
I don't think it was made for our generation, though.
I don't think people were begging. I don't think anybody was begging for a backstory to Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I think we got all we needed in 4, 5, and 6, and that was all we really needed. We didn't need to watch him grow up and lose his mother and then be scolded by Obi-Wan and then turn into Darth Vader. We didn't need any of that.
You think all that could have just been flashbacks?
Absolutely. It could have been talked about, like
Yeah.
referenced.
Yeah.
And it'd been like, all right, we know this.
It's funny to think of a huge franchise like that could have just been summed up on references.
It could have. And that's what makes it even worse. It's like, should we have even done that?
Yeah.
That was a cash grab if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Even if, especially Star Wars coming out in the 70s, the biggest age of toys.
Yeah.
And you had to spit out movies if you're going to sell toys. The funny thing was, I saw the recent trailer of the Rise of Skywalker. Is that what the new one's called?
I don't watch trailers.
Yeah. You
I
didn't even hear
believe so,
about
though.
it?
I've heard about it.
Okay. I think it's
I
called
believe
the
it is Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah, the Skywalker. I kind of got excited by that just because I kind of know who Skywalker is. But I don't know where. I'm like, when they said, do you mind if I say that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It was like, nobody ever dies. And
You didn't even watch the movie, so you don't get that reference.
Man, I never felt like he died, and I never watched it.
See, that's why. Well, do you mind if I spoil it?
Sure.
The movie came out when? When did it come out? Like 2018. It's a year old.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. So Luke dies at the end of number 8.
Yeah.
Randomly, on top of that, it was like, why'd y'all kill him? You didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
And then, I guess what sucks is they're killing off all the old characters, but these people, what's her name, died in real life.
Yeah.
And they kept her alive. But they tried to kill her in the movie. They almost killed her in the movie. They sucked her into space,
Right.
brought her into the spaceship, and I guess the Force made her breathe again. I don't know, something stupid. And I was like, let this woman rest in peace, please.
So, because you don't know. I think she was in the trailer for the new one.
She was, I think. Either that or I've been seeing people copy and pasting as for clickbait on their videos.
And she's like hugging somebody?
Possibly.
think
Like
so.
I've only seen people's reaction videos, and I don't click on those either.
Yeah.
But, I see a little clickbaity stuff.
Yeah. Reaction videos to trailers are funny. We got to eventually cut this off.
How long have we gone?
An hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, man. How long do your podcast usually go?
Roughly 40 to an hour.
Oh, man. We can go ahead and cut it now then. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You're stretching.
I mean, the whole time I was thinking, Joe Rogan does this longer. He does like 2-hour episodes.
He does.
But he's with very interesting people.
And are you trying to tell me that I'm not a very interesting person?
I'm just saying.
You see how we're still going? Interesting.
I'm just. That is funny though. But all right, well, I mean, we can always do another episode.
Of course.
That was a lot because I really have a lot of Star Wars questions now.
And I can't answer any of them. But it'll be
I
fun
don't have
trying.
deep questions. I ain't like, so what about the
So what about when they went to this planet
Yeah.
and they found this kyber crystal over here and I'm like, what? Stop! Get out of my face!
I just feel like with the community I'm finna jump into, with all superheroes, Comic-Con type things, Star Wars references are always around. Yeah. And I'm like, I feel like I gotta know something.
Hold on, what do you mean? Are you going to DragonCon or something like that?
No. I'm just saying, as far as like
You
my
should.
profession and what I'm into and the content that I create,
Yeah.
I'm going to be around people that talk about Star Wars and even like Game of Thrones. Like you eventually gonna be around these kind of people. You be like, I kind of want to know what they're talking about and know what the references are.
Yeah.
Kind of like how everybody watched the Friday movie. And everybody watched the Boys in the Hood movie. We just know those references just because we've seen it.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say there's a fandom, but the fandom is so huge. It'd be nice to know a little bit about it.
Fair enough. I know I'm not going to learn about everything.
Right.
So there'll be some shows and stuff like TV shows, movies
Right.
that I just won't get the reference.
See, like Harry Potter. When I jumped into that community,
Mm-hmm.
boy, I'm understanding some jokes that people made, and I'm like, oh, now I get it. I'm still not good
Now
with
I
the
get it.
names, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
now.
somebody made a Harry Potter joke. I don't know if I'd get it.
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't know.
But they can make superhero jokes, and I think I'm pretty well versed in the superhero knowledge, but they could still make a very obscure joke, and I wouldn't know what they were talking about.
probably like people. God dang it.
What?
I'm so like we keep going, even though I
Yeah.
said cut off. I did. There's a lot of like references to Batman and Superman and stuff like that, I'd be like, I don't know who that is. And I'm fine to say that because I'm like, I didn't say I was a huge fan of this. I love DC. I mean, I picked DC over Marvel, but I do love the Marvel movies. So I feel like I'm okay to say that.
You are. Yeah. And it's your opinion. Who cares?
Because you get used to everybody's like, okay. Like if I got a PS4.
Yeah.
That means I hate Xbox. Like,
automatically.
Right. Like I got an Xbox.
Every time. I got a homeboy that does that to me. And he tells me I need to get an Xbox so I can play with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't play with the people I'm friends with on PS4. I'm not going to play with you either.
Yeah, so I was like,
that's really all that is.
Change. It's all about time. It's not my preference. It's about time now. I'm old. We're not like 13-year-old kids trying to play Halo. Like I have a job.
I want to get back into that though.
I do too, man.
I wish I could play video games.
Bro, we need to stream.
I think if I did that, honestly, that would get me back into gaming. Because I just bought the Division 2. Great game.
Really?
Yeah. Hadn't beat it yet.
Bad taste in my mouth with Division.
Oh, really? You didn't like the first one?
I did not like it.
Me and my cousins, we played the first one hard. We went dumb hard in that game.
Right.
And to the point where we were like making friends and we were adding people and then we'd come in as a group and then, we go and play the game for a little while. But then Overwatch came out and we went even harder on that to the point where me personally, I probably lost about 300, 350 just buying loot boxes and stuff for the game. That's over years, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
It wasn't just in like one city. I promise it wasn't.
When I think of Overwatch, I think of Splatoon. Like, I feel like it's the Call of Duty Splatoon. And Splatoon is Overwatch. And, well, they kind of say Call of Duty and Splatoon. That's like Splatoon is supposed to be like the replacement of Call of Duty for the kids.
Basically, it's like a fusion of both. Like if we made an FPS, and put anime characters in it.
Right.
That's essentially all it is.
Yeah, it's tough. Did you play Apex?
No, that's the game that my homeboy wants me to play with him, and I need to.
Yeah,
but I hadn't gotten into it.
We can stream that.
We can.
Yeah, well, hit me up.
He gonna kill me, but
we gonna play it afterwards. Yeah. I haven't downloaded it yet, just because I wanted to get my own reaction of me playing it for the first time.
I've downloaded it and hadn't turned it on not once.
Really? All right, let me cut it. All right, all right, y'all. If you like this podcast, if you are here, good Lord, go ahead and give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Share me around. Share me on Twitter and all that other good stuff. Leave a like on this video because there's a video version on my YouTube channel, JCMN Network. And thanking Bryce for being here.
Of course.
You might you'll see more of him, and check out his podcast, Completely Shambles podcast.
No, the Complete Shambles podcast. The Complete Shambles podcast. I said the name of the podcast at least 50 times in the video. Still hadn't gotten it yet.
We already know that my pronunciations are terrible.
You need that dictionary.
Right. That podcast. And he's on Anchor. And Anchor is a great place to post your podcast if you're starting out. So go ahead and do that. And I keep doing this because the only way I know how to end a video or anything is how I end a video.
Do it.
Be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.